Howdy, lads and gentle gents. Welcome to the Issue Crew, the only show where I forgot the intro. But we have issues with our lives and with each other. And with a rather small cast today, I'd like to introduce to you Kang.
Bonjour.
Being hosted by myself, Captain Blackbread, and special guest Theta Mae.
Hello.
Thanks for coming back. You sent a message a while ago saying that you had a pretty good issue lined up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I sure do. I got to admit though, I'm a little disappointed that Riley's not here for it because I think he'd enjoy it, but that's all right. We'll just talk shit about him.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he'll be listening back to the recording or not, because I think he just puts it through a little robotifier AI or something.
But wait, don't we have to announce the winner of the last episode? What issue won?
That is very true. But first, just to pad things out. Or, I mean, wait, the opposite of that. I'm not trying to pad things out right now. That'd be silly. What do you guys think about the riots near the border?
Oh boy.
I haven't heard about him yet.
Apparently, this is actually breaking news as of at least a few hours ago. That there's a not a riot necessarily. I guess calling it a riot was they're protests. I made it sound a lot worse than it really was. They're just protests and demonstrations, and it's happening near the border. I believe in D.C. they're preparing one, and we're probably going to start seeing them in big cities, and hopefully they don't turn into riots. You know.
That is I wish I could say I'm surprised, but at the same time I'm just not.
Shit, I don't have the video pulled up recently. Here we are. Oh, apparently I didn't finish it. Well, that's not good. 14 views. That does mean we could have 14 votes.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, we do have a couple of votes. Okay. Oh, never mind. I thought that Riley had shortened his down to snack. I was going to be like, that's cheating.
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay, so we've got a tie between the wrong answer and the wrong answer. You guys should have picked accidental touch protection and you fucked up. You missed, and you accidentally hit missing chords. And some chuckle fuck chose when the ratio is fucked on the last bite of a handful snack.
Hey, listen now. That issue is based. I'm not saying I did vote for that. I'm not saying I didn't, because I definitely did. But
We got too many of you guys out there stuffing your face full of whatever it is you're eating.
you see, it's not even about stuffing the face though. Like I get it. I get the disappointment of like, oh no, there's only a few pieces left, you know? I get it. I'm there for it.
Okay, but like, imagine you're about to grab a handful of your snack, and the chip bag says, accidental touch protection. Please slide up to continue.
Oh, as somebody who has actually benefited quite a bit from the accidental touch protection, I have to kind of side with the accidental touch protection, like
How?
because
How do you get past it? What do you do that I'm not doing?
I just swipe up. I think maybe you are going too fast, as you said, because
I've tried going fast, I tried going slow, and neither one works.
I will say sometimes it is a pain in the ass. It has screwed me over a number of times, but it has also saved me a good number of times as well.
It's
It can be
taken
shut
minutes
off,
off
though.
of it's taken minutes off of my work because I wasn't able to punch in on time.
Yeah, see, that's just not right. But you can turn it off in the settings, by the way.
I'm sure you can turn it off in settings, but it's still an issue because it's barely functional. It needs to be functional. If it's going to exist, it should work. I should be able to just swipe up. And how does it know what's an accidental touch and what's not? Because it seems I pull it out of my pocket and I press the button and it's already there before I even try to do anything.
Yeah, that I don't know.
That just sounds
I've
like a
got
skill issue.
I got a ghost touching my phone or something. Possessed with accidental touch protection. Yeah. So, Kang, neither you nor our guest here was here last time. Which means, wait, hold on. You did vote?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Oh shit. Okay, Kang, did you vote?
No, but if I would have to vote for anything, I would have to say the ratio of a snack bite.
Yes.
You gotta be shitting me.
I'm sorry, but there is a bigger fucking problem than that. There is there should be a certain ratio that you have of snack that doesn't get fucked.
It's like you've never eaten munchies before. That ratio's already fucked up with rolled gold. It shouldn't be in there in the first place.
It can be there, but I agree that it is a little bit unbalanced. They are a little bit too many.
If you just get like your average soup bowl, you'll actually find that you can fill that soup bowl up entirely of pretzels when you empty out a bag of, which I do. I'm a heathen, I guess, in some circles for doing this, but I don't like pretzels in my party mix. I like my Cheetos, I like my Doritos, and I like my Sun Chips, all in one beautiful mix. And rolled gold can go fuck itself because like that is the most. It's a baby snack. It really is. You throw those on the thing, and I bet you they don't even like it. I know I didn't. I mean, now that I think about it, I know there's not a lot of people out there that probably remember even being in a high chair, but I do. And I remember two things I didn't like. One of those things was pretzels, and the other one was neither here nor there, but it was zucchini.
Hmm.
I enjoy both of those things, honestly. I mean, I get it though. Like it is unfortunate when the pretzels are disproportionately heavy.
Well, it's not even pretzels. It's just rolled gold kind of sucks. There are
That's
better
fair.
pretzels out
That's
there.
fair.
Yeah, like whatever was at my wedding, where they were like fat pretzels, and all they did with them was dip them in like chocolate
Oh
and
yeah.
some sort of other fondant, maybe white chocolate or something. That was pretty fucking good. I don't know the brand though, so this is an Irish story. It has no ending. So, maybe you got an issue to kick off with? Oh, don't all fucking fight over it now.
Yeah, I'm not really fighting. Theta, you want to kick off the show with your issue?
Ooh,
I mean,
Riley's gonna hate that.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm more than willing, but then I mean, why
Now
not? We
do
might
it.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Riley's not here to tell you not to do it.
So my issue is clown hate.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh yeah, people hate clowns, and that pisses me off. It's an issue.
When you say clown hate, do you mean like people that are scared of clowns,
Not
or
so much
people?
scared. I mean, some people like. I feel like the being scared is a little. I mean, a little much, but no, mostly people who just hate them, who just act like like oh, clowns are so creepy and awful, and everybody who's a clown is a creep, and all this happy. I mean, I think they're great. They're just there to make you smile, do silly shit, and I just think they're fucking awesome.
Right, so
Yeah.
you're into clown porn.
No. That's Riley's side of it. That's why I was hoping he was going to be here to back me up from that angle.
Riley's into clown porn?
Oh, absolutely. See, that's one of the benefits of having listened to this entire thing is I get all that lore like fresh in my mind. So as long as it includes clowns and or feet, Riley's all over it.
I mean, honestly, I just think
Clown
clowns,
feet.
like the creepy clowns and shit. I honestly think they look cool as fuck.
Yeah, no,
They
that's
can be.
classic Halloween, not classic Halloween decorations necessarily, but like as far as the new ones go, I'd say creepy clowns are pretty up there.
See, I like that to a degree if it's done well, but I feel like it especially after that whole thing where like everybody was doing it just to be an edgelord, like, creeping on people and whatnot. Like I feel like that kind of ruined it. It like took it too far, like people
That's a
like
good
pranking
pun.
each other.
They ruined it, like Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg's It.
Yeah.
Is that not where you were going with that?
No, actually, I wasn't even thinking of that.
Plus, I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was fucking one of the best castings they've ever done.
Yes, that was amazing. I will agree with you on that.
Was
Plus,
that
you
like
know what? What's up?
the dumb looking one with like the bulb head?
No, that was the original Pennywise.
Which was still great because Tim Curry is just amazing in everything ever.
Plus, if I'm gonna be real, and this is coming from me, like a person who loves The Crow with Brandon Lee. Like, don't get me wrong, Brandon Lee's The Crow, beautiful, amazing, best piece of fucking cinema ever. But Bill Skarsgård is also a good Eric Draven. You can come at me in the comments and hate me, but it's a categorical fact in my opinion.
Man, but like, we all think of one thing when we think of the Crow, and I actually have to know during that scene when they shot at Brandon Lee, was that actually the scene that killed him, or did they remove that and then redo it?
I believe that's a scene that killed him.
Hold on.
Hang on, I'm looking that up real quick.
In the Crow was the scene.
Oh, speaking of that, what scene killed Brandon Lee?
Apparently not.
Okay, they didn't use the scene that killed him.
No, it wasn't the actual scene. I think there's only like one copy of that in existence, and it's the camera guy who has it, if I remember correctly.
Damn, that's fucked up. I kind of want to look back at that, because there's some morbid curiosity that I want to see that scene, but I know when I see it, I'm gonna regret it too. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, he died, and then I'm gonna be thinking about it for days.
Tell you what, the actor that fucking shot him with the prop gun, basically, it still fucking haunts him for like his entire life. It still haunts him to this day.
That's totally
Oh shit.
understandable.
Well, good to know he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, for fuck's sakes, we had Rust before Rust even happened.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing. Was it Rob Lowe? It was Rob Lowe, right? Someone else?
Alec Baldwin was the one that pulled the
Ah,
trigger.
that's right. Yeah, if it was Alec Baldwin on the scene, he would have fucking shot up everybody on the cast. You're like, whoa, 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 this thing's going wild.
Yeah, I remember there was fucking coverage of that for fucking weeks.
Yeah, if it was Alec Baldwin, it would have been loaded.
It's like, yeah, someone died on the fucking set of the movie. Let's not forget the most significant one was the fucking when Brandon Lee died.
Yeah, chances of dying on a movie set aren't very high, but they're not zero.
Yeah, they're just extremely high if you're on set with the Baldwin.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, to go on, just to make sure we try to push it, so Riley would be at least happy about that. Um, yeah, to me, I've always liked clowns. I've always thought they were amusing. They're silly. They just want to be there to make you have a good time or help you have a good time. And then people come out here and insult them, try to tell you that they're creepy, and it's just not right. I mean, they do cool shit. They'll make you a fucking balloon animal or some shit. You get like 80 of them in a freaking VW Beetle or something. That shit's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I I'm thinking about it. I'd fuck a clown. I'd fuck a clown girl. I'd get some Clussy. Why not? I mean,
God.
you only live once, right? So give it a shot. Maybe they'll bend you over and make you a balloon cock. Fuck you with it. All normal clown things.
Just clowning around, you know.
Yep. So while you're trying to fuck a clown, why not get fucked by a clown? You never know. You might like it.
That's true. That's true.
No, realistically though, it's just like there's a if there's a hot lass dressed up as a clown, you'd still hit that. Like, come on. But I mean, I'm not brought in by clown makeup by any means.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but the fact that Riley is something I'm going to bring up next episode just
Oh
to fuck
yes.
with him.
Absolutely.
I would not
Absolutely.
mind having a juggalette in my room.
Oh, I dated a juggalette. Jesus, can't even say that. But it didn't really go anywhere. Also,
Mm.
it was middle school. Also, she
Oofy.
got really fucking fat. Not while I was with her, but later on in life. Yep, all she does is, I think, listen to ICP, smoke pot, and be fat.
That sounds about right.
Tell you what, man, I still wonder what it would be like to get to meet like someone like Violent J or Shaggy Two Dope.
They'll tell you about their furry kid that they had together.
I mean, one of my friends I talked to, she actually got to hang out with Violent J, and I thought that shit was fucking dope.
Was it too dope?
Shut the fuck up. Do you have anything else about clowns you want to add, or?
I mean, yeah, it's, apparently not. No, yeah, I just, one of the things that upsets me about this so much like hatred towards them is that you just don't see them around as much anymore. Like every once in a while. I mean, yeah, most of the time when you see them, it's something that's like either based on like being a horror movie or people talking about them being creepy or cringy. But like there was one in my local area that did parties and whatnot, like maybe like 10 years ago or something, but I haven't seen any around since. And like that's not fair. I want a clown at my friggin' birthday party. Like that's just great. Come in with their ridiculous shoes and shit. Like maybe
Yeah.
throw a pie or something.
Do you think Riley would like it if their feet were actually that big?
See, now that's the interesting thing. If if I remember correctly, he specifically stated that that would not be a good thing. Despite being into both of those things separately, together, he was not interested.
But why not? It's feet, but bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. See,
You
that's
could
why I wish he
slap you
was here to
across the
justify
face with
that.
him. It'd be funny.
Yeah. Whenever I thought about clowns, I always thought about like going to like the fair or like fucking a circus, and you see fucking Big Nose Bob and fucking Bigfoot Jim just rolling around with the fucking clown horns going, you know.
Yes, exactly. That's fantastic. I mean,
On a
they're just
high-rise unicycle.
yes. They're just. I mean, like if you get the chance, look up Crinkles the clown. It was from a cereal commercial from Sugar Frosted Crinkles, I think is what it was, or something.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And like that shit is just great. Like I know like there's a lot of people that are like, oh, again, like, oh, that's creepy or whatever. But like it's fucking great. Like he's just so friggin' like friendly and silly. And it's just wholesome and
You ever see the
amazing.
original Ronald McDonald? Like the very first one?
Hmm?
I don't think I have.
Well, look it up real quick. It was it really seemed like when they first made Ronald McDonald, he was just an afterthought entirely. They like his nose was a fucking cup.
Oh, good
Oh yeah, that
God.
sounds familiar, actually.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's
no.
creepy. I just think it's like
uncanny,
They could have done
more
better.
or less.
You
I know,
think
do you
so?
think-
Well, I mean, if you were to put it like so, I found a black and white picture of it, so it kind of I guess it like with it being like a black and white picture and the way it looks from like God knows however long ago, it kind of does give the semblance of uncanniness.
So you're black and white pictures just because they're black and white.
No, it's just like the way it looks.
Well, what if it was in color?
I mean, in color, because of like the quality of the picture being from whatever time period it was taken in, it's still a little bit creepy.
Oh, I found it in color. Yeah, you know what? I misremembered this. Yeah, this is fucked.
I mean, it's not like it's like creepy in like a bad way. It's creepy in like an uncanny way.
Yeah, it is. Is his hair like French fries?
Like, I guess so.
I gotta
Can
look
you imagine
back
how
at it
awesome that
again.
would be if you just grew French fries out of your head, though?
Yeah, but if you think that's weird, you really ought to check out the original Burger King. Like, not even the new one.
I gotta do some research now.
Yeah, boy. Don't worry. To our audio listeners, we'll give you an accurate description of what we're seeing.
Okay, original Ronald McDonald is well, he's wearing like what appears to be the Hamburglar outfit. He's got a fucking little table on his belt with fries, a drink.
Yes.
He's got hair that appears to be French fries, wearing a box on his head. I don't know what that is. His nose is a cup. It's a thrown together suit. It is not Ronald McDonald. Like, this just is not Ronald McDonald.
And if I recall correctly, if you watch the original like commercials, he actually spawns burgers on that tray. Like it's like an infinite source of burgers.
I mean, McDonald's is kind of an infinite source of burgers.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. But those are instant. It's a lot faster than if you actually go to McDonald's.
that's true. Yeah, you don't even really have to order them.
Yeah, he just rolls up. See, yet another example of a clown trying to make your day. He just rolls up and gives you some weird burgers off of his built-in tray.
The clown with a built-in tray.
That's deep.
The the I mean, the tray would have to be deep to be stable, you know.
True, true.
You think that comes from the mom side or the dad side?
It might be one of those things where you have to have it like carried on both sides. You know what I mean? One of those genetic anomalies that if
So
it's
two
not from
genetic
both sides, you don't get it.
anomalies fucked, and this is what we got.
Exactly. Like both parents have to be carriers.
Yeah, so they're both clowns, obviously. One has a cup for a nose, the other one has a tray growing out of it.
I think they both have to have the propensity for a tray, but one probably has a cup for a nose and the other has fries for hair.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right.
But another good thing about clowns, just to go on about this and why it's not fair that people hate them. If you think about it, they essentially evolved from the court jesters who were there to make, political figures look like fucking idiots, which most of them are. So, or at least, keep them somewhat humble while being silly and get away with it. And they were also one of the only jobs that people with neurodivergent issues could have in the kingdom.
Well, I mean, there's jobs. Well, you mean like before
Yeah,
trains existed?
yeah, before the more modern era.
Before um all of Jay Leno's descendants were like, I like steam engines.
Right. I mean,
Look at my
that's pretty
train.
based
I
in and of
collect
itself.
trains.
I mean, have you seen a Sterling single? They're pretty amazing.
I've
They
I've
really
seen
are a
all of
work of
Jay
art.
Leno's steam engines. I think they're pretty cool. I like the idea of it. I don't like that they can explode if not properly cared for. That's kind of
Yeah,
I don't feel like
yeah.
that's very fair.
They can definitely. I mean, it's just essentially a giant pressure cooker. So, yeah.
And they're only cooking water.
I have a dream of building a little mini steam engine. I'm just really lazy and poor, so it probably won't happen. But I want to do it.
Well, that'll do it about steam engines. You know, it's come to my garage. I got a few steam engines. I got
Speaking of McDonald's and Jay Leno, have you ever made the comparison of Jay Leno and Mac Tonight? They have similar chins,
They do, yeah. They might be related.
probably.
Hopefully
Who
not too
knows?
related, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm,
Wait, which Mac Tonight song are you doing? Are you doing one of the Safe for Work ones? Are you
Ah,
the s-
so
are you
I'm
doing the
not the
Saint
only
Pepsi
one.
Mac Tonight, or are you doing the alt right tonight?
So I am not the only one that knows about Mac Tonight's alt-right brother.
Oh, Moonman, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I went back to try and listen to those, and like half the songs are the same lyrics but different beats, and the lyrics aren't even matching the beats.
Yeah, just heavy racism.
Yeah, if you're not aware of Moonman somehow, uh McDonald's like coolest mascot, Mac Tonight, someone was like, "Oh, well this moon looks like it could be a racist white guy." And so they use like an AT&T text to speech thing to just read off the most heinous lyrics they could think of. And they I think they put it to a fucking Biggie Smalls song or something.
Oh, you're talking about the notorious Cool Kids Club, right?
Is that what it was?
Yep. I
Okay.
would say the actual name of it, but we don't want to get canceled now, do we, lads?
Well, already talking about Moonman, you're likely to end up on a list. So anyway, no. So yeah, Moonman. That's where he came from. Most people know this, but in case you don't, now you know.
I am actually unfamiliar with that, so that is new to me.
What was that?
I said I'm actually unfamiliar with that, so that is all new to me.
Okay. Well, yeah, we pretty much did it. If you want to look into it, it's just I mean, you're not going to be surprised. We've pretty much spelled it all out.
Yeah.
Moonman, can't you see? And Kang, don't finish that.
Hanging ornaments from trees.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no.
I feel like
All
we're
right.
already flirting on the cusp of
Don't worry about it. Kang, do you have an issue?
Oh wait, hold on. Before I go into my issue, are you done with your issue then?
Yeah. I think I'm. I think I've made a pretty good point why it's not fair. It's acceptable to. The fuck you
Yeah.
mean I didn't get into anything decent?
So
Oh.
I think for my issue, I'm gonna sort of play off the idea more about clowns
Write it down.
and the circus stuff, and I would say probably removing the history of the circus freak shows that used to appear with the clowns.
Oh, are they not doing those anymore?
Well, they're not doing them anymore, but whenever you go to places like I live basically like I live in a small town that basically was built off of circus freak shows and all that shit.
What do the inhabitants look like?
Uh from before we lived here or after we lived here?
I don't know. Did the freak show just keep getting bigger? Because you know It's breeding with the locals, or
I don't know, but the thing is, I have with it is there's a lot of history when it comes to the circus freak shows that come to different places to retire or start anew, and basically like to erase all that from existence is to basically take away history and basically take away a core foundation of how a town was built. I mean, like, come on, we're literally walking where like old freak shows used to live, like a bearded lady, a guy with a big foot, one big leg, or whatever. Like,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. Plus, I think like some guys, I think like either nephew, daughter, or whatever, works at one of the stores. I think still,
Wow.
and to hear that, that is actually fucking awesome.
Yeah, somebody slept with fucking Jimmy the Nugget because now there's like a Susan the Nugget working at a grocery store.
And you know, the sad thing is, like, people often always like get like a little bit scared of like the circus freak shows. Like, at the end of the day, those people are like probably the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Yeah,
It's like,
but on the other hand, that's kind of what they're there to do, is freak you out, be abnormal. That's their thing, and they're making money off of it. If I could make money off of just my face, I'd do it.
yeah, but come on, you're telling me you wouldn't want to like afterwards be a respected member of society?
Well, of course. I mean, why wouldn't I? I think I'd still be served a drink. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
when were these circus freak shows, like, how long ago?
like we're talking like centuries, decades.
Well, which one is it? Those are two very different things.
Well, I mean, I'm going with like the whole thing about like centuries. I mean, like, come on, you got like hundreds of years worth of history of people that have come to like a little small town just to live their lives, and like we walk among those people. And I feel like it would kind of be like kind of cool to learn about like the people who used to inhabit the town.
Yeah, what I'm saying is specifically that town you're talking about. Like, when were the last circus freak shows? Like,
I would
there
probably
mentioned.
say maybe late 1900s
Damn. And they're
or
just
like
trying to get
early
rid of that history,
1900s.
like they're just removing them
Well, I
from
mean,
the books.
considering the fact that our town is like fairly old, and of course they want to kind of modernize it, like they're honestly like they're waiting for like the big hurricane to wipe out our town to fucking completely redo the whole fucking thing.
They'll just say that the hurricane blew the town on in.
Pretty much. I mean, like, if you're gonna at least like do like all that shit, at least like fucking like have like a museum or something, like a place where people can go to learn about the history of them.
Agreed. And if I may, I'm going to cover for Wharf real quick and bring up that. Did you know that the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia was in fact there?
Really?
Yeah, some people were digging through files and they found out that it was in their patent. And they started doing both and then eventually phased it out so that they could show you the same fruit with no cornucopia and say, hey, everybody's just misremembering. And
Like a
basically, Fruit of the
Mandela
Loom,
effect.
exactly. Fruit of the Loom manufactured a Mandela effect so that people would think that, like, oh, we're tripping. We don't remember Fruit of the Loom very well. But what it actually is it sparks up not controversy. I guess controversy too, but people start talking about it. It's a publicity stunt that they did, and a really fucked up one at that. But people are saying that this and maybe a few other things may or may not be the government erasing things to see what they can get away with removing so they can fuck with history. And for instance, your town gets annihilated by a hurricane. Well, no more circus freak show settlers. Now
Yep.
it's these people just walked in and decided to build a town here. Regular people, frontiersmen and shit. So
It's fucking
you
horrible.
so you're gonna lose your town's history because the government has decided that they didn't exist anymore, and nobody's gonna remember them eventually. So
Well,
they can put whatever they want.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier to do something like that than face you know, the reality of our past and the way that certain groups of people were treated, like you said, like, circus freaks and whatnot.
Yeah. That being said, why the fuck would you think of a cornucopia being around fruit if it wasn't? Because I saw pictures of what the cornucopia looked like, and I'm like, that's it. That's Fruit of the Loom. I had shirts, I had underwear, I had all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, let me look up the Fruit of the Loom logo real quick. Let me.
Look it up on Google Images and tell me which one you remember. You remember no cornucopia? You remember a cornucopia?
Hang on. Bear with me here. I am currently looking that up real quick.
Oh, bear, huh? Oh, we're going there. Oh, yeah, Berenstein Bears. No, I'm kidding.
So
Anyway,
here we
continue.
go. See,
Yeah,
my
I always remember there being a cornucopia.
See, the issue with that though is the fragility, if you will, of human memories. Like every time you remember something, you're essentially reconstructing it from scratch. So any influence that you have at the time will alter the way that you remember it.
Well, yeah, but why would I misremember a cornucopia around fruit? Like, those two things aren't usually together.
Well, I mean, well, actually, yeah, they are, because the cornucopia specifically is the horn of plenty. Since I believe at least ancient Greece, it's been a sign of again plenty. So it was associated with harvest and um, whatnot, food.
Yeah. And so, still, why would I misremember a cornucopia? Like, that's a
I
very random thing to misremember.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it definitely wasn't the case. I'm just saying that it's hard. I can't personally look back and say that I remember it one way or the other without thinking that I'm just being influenced um by the talk of it, basically.
Yeah. As far as like Berenstain, though, just to fuck around with the Mandela effect. Uh, no, it was Berenstain, and that's
Yeah,
verifiable because they had Atari 2600 games that were spelled that way.
there's I mean, there's books, feet from me that have the actual name, so we know that that's definitely the case.
Yeah, but I think people misremember that one because of how the fucking theme song pronounced it, and it did sound like Berenstein
Yeah, I mean,
or television programs misspelling it. So you'd be looking at a TV guide or something from back in the day, and it
right,
would say Berenstein Bears because somebody fucked up a TV guide.
right. And people in their pride, they don't want to admit that like they may have been wrong, so they make up this whole thing like, oh no, they must have changed it, or if we're living in an alternate dimension or the Matrix or some stupid shit.
Yeah, imagine wanting to live in an alternate dimension because you'd rather admit that than admit you're wrong.
Right, right.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
you don't want to meet those people. But like as far as Fruit Loops, I can imagine that was spelled a way that you wouldn't think, or well, I can't think of any other examples, but yeah, Fruit of the Loom cornucopia, it was there, but maybe it was also not there. Anyway, yeah, the government might be seeing what they can and can't get away with erasing, and I think that's worth bringing up on this show just to cover for Worf. Pay attention to your surroundings. Anyway, Kang.
But I think that's
Just
all I got to say on Freak Show removal. I mean, like,
oh right, shit, I gotta put that stuff in there. Quick, pad this out for a sec.
yeah. So we We here at the Issue Crew love to help each other out, get our issues heard. If you have an issue, bring it to our attention, post it in the comment section. Yeah.
Send Riley pictures of clown feet, but like the fucked up size.
Clowns, feet, clown feet,
Fuck
anything like that.
up. Clown.
Feet painted up like clowns. And then send it
Okay,
directly to him. DM him. And then send him a picture of Sora's feet from Kingdom Hearts.
So here's a question that my spouse just brought up. Do you think that it is that clowns are supposed to have feet that big and that's why it's silly, or that their shoes are just way too big and that's why it's silly? Like, which is sillier?
It's got to be the wrong shoe size.
Yeah, it's
has
got
to
to be like, yeah.
I mean, I can see that, but I mean, have you ever
Have you ever
uh,
seen a clown's feet?
did you ever see the Simpson episodes with Sideshow Bob and his massive feet?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Because I mean, that shit's pretty silly too.
yeah. That's a very Simpsons-y thing to do.
So, Blackbread, do you have an issue?
I do.
Let's hear
And
it.
it's not being tired during the issue crew. It does, however, have something to do with sleeping, and that is a tent. You ever go camping, right? You pull your tent out of the bag. It's the first time you've ever used this tent. You pull it out, put it together, spend your days camping, then it's time to take it apart. It's time to go. So you get all your poles down and then start folding the tent up, start, rolling it, right, about the length of the bag. You go to try to put it in, and even though you rolled it tighter than a Tootsie Roll, that shit will not fit back in the bag. You can't zip it up, and if you can, it rips. So
So,
what
your
fucking
problem
gives?
is tents.
My problem is tents not fitting back in their bag.
All right, I'm just writing it down for the note.
Okay. Because
So you
I'm
have no
actually going to
problem
check.
pitching a tent, is what you're telling us.
No. Pitching a tent is fine. It really is trying to put a tent away.
Yeah, sometimes you just sometimes you either need a little bit of Viagra or you don't need
Okay.
Viagra.
Kang, rename that putting a tent away after camping.
Okay.
So you're having
Or
a
no,
trouble
well, you don't know,
unpacking
tents
your
not
tent.
fitting in bags. That's what it says now, right? That probably
Yeah.
makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep it that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to pad this one out too much, but I'm gonna try my best.
I mean, if you're having trouble getting your pitched tent down, you should probably see a doctor after 4 hours or more.
Yeah, that's often a very recommended thing.
Babe, it was up for days. I had my tent pitched.
Well, shit.
Well, not a
Now
visual podcast.
I do
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from with that. That is definitely an issue, trying to get the tent back in the bag after.
Yeah, it is
And
definitely a fucking horrible process.
Drinking
additionally,
water does help.
true. Additionally, trying to get it back in there without a bunch of other debris, trying to get it in there without all the bits of grass and sticks and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
My dad recently gave me a tent, and I say recently as of a couple years ago, that like we were using when I was a kid. And I can't wait to open that up and then see what got into the bag because he used to keep it in an outside storage. So
Oh,
I wonder if I'm gonna
Oh
find
no.
I wonder if I'm gonna find like some fucked up rats. He managed to fit his back in the bag, but this must have been before we had like machines rolling it up to the maximum tightness, like the bags for your sleeping bag. That shit doesn't work anymore. You squeeze all the fucking air out. But you are not going to be a steamroller plus a fucking a robot whose job it is to roll a thing really tight. You're just not as strong as a robot. And because you're not as strong as a robot, your sleeping bag, your tent, they're not going back in the same bag. So basically, get another bag.
Yeah.
Facts.
Plus, you also got to think those little fucking those little arm things are like fucking thin as twigs or whatever, like so fucking hard to get back in.
Yeah, I mean, if you can manage to kind of zip the tent up, you're gonna remember, oh shit, I forgot to put the poles away. So you gotta find a way to put those in too. I don't know why
Yeah.
it would I don't know why it would kill these companies to just maybe make a slightly bigger bag that's suitable for carrying a tent.
Yeah, but see, that extra material costs like half a penny, and that's just unacceptable.
Yep, it's true. We actually gotta tie up these loose ends where we can, and we got to start cutting members of the issue crew. We're just not functioning right as a foursome. We got to move it down. In fact, it should just be a two-person show, said Redux a while back, who I hope is listening. So
Yeah,
we
if
got
you're
rid of Riley.
yeah, if you're listening, fuck you, Redux.
Yeah, fuck you, Riley.
No, we're talking about Redux, not Riley.
Yeah, we kicked Riley out of his own server. We said he wasn't allowed to come back until he could fit a tent back inside of its own bag. He's still working on it, and he'll be back hopefully in a week, which is how long it would take you to fit a tent in a bag if you were really trying.
I mean, you know, if you paid enough attention to how clowns fit themselves into cars, then you should be able to get a tent into a bag.
Yeah.
You'd think. You'd think, but there's something that clowns do inside of those cars that your tent cannot do.
Giving hand jobs and rubbing clown noses,
I got a car that can do that.
Yeah,
I
what
mean, I got a tent that can do that. My bad.
can do?
Riley, please remove.
Oh, no! This absolutely needs to stay.
Shit. Because I dozed for a second and then thought about the wrong thing.
So now, no, you know what? I'm not even going to bring up that we have to try to figure out what exactly the car or tent, either way, can do that we were just discussing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so this is fresh on my mind because I was winter camping this last weekend.
I've never done that. I don't know if I could deal with it because I complain enough as it is during regular camping. Never mind winter.
It's not bad. I mean, the thing is, if you have enough to keep you warm, not a big deal. The only hard part I think is like waking up and then like you're gonna have trouble getting out of bed because
Well,
it's so fucking cold out, right? You're gonna put on your clothes, which are freezing. You're gonna put on your shoes, which are also freezing. You're the only thing that's not. So you can stay warm pretty easily. You just have to like anything you do, run to go and do that because you keep your blood rushing, then um you're gonna stay warm, right?
Plus, I
So
mean, what is it? Plus, if you're on a floor most of the times, and that's got to be like a pain in the ass to get up from, like most times.
not inside of a tent, no. And also you can well, not you can. No, no, no. You need to get a thermal pad, a sleeping pad, and that will keep you from freezing your ass off because the ground is actual snow.
Oh, well, I guess it must come from the idea, since I come from a place where we get little to no fucking snow. It's kind of
yeah, that's a fair point.
We kind of traveled to it, but I don't know. I think it was pretty neat. I managed to get my car up there because I need to do some work on my van, which would be a much more suitable vehicle, and I probably would not have gotten stuck in my van. But you know, don't worry about it. The car, once back on the ruts, was able to go down this really fucking like snowy, rutty road, then ripping off my exhaust, and it was really
Is
loud after that. And I got to travel 2.5 hours home, listening to the
nice.
loudest car in the world.
Is the Topaz front wheel or rear wheel drive?
It's front wheel drive.
Huh.
It does fine. It's not terrible. I wouldn't try off-roading in it, obviously. Though they
Yeah.
did make all-wheel drive models of it.
Oh,
Yeah, except I also heard that they weren't so great. They were often brought back in to be worked on. I don't know if it's because the diffs were blowing or if it was just not really a good all-wheel drive system.
another thing I wonder is how much of that was user error.
Getting stuck?
No, no, just needing to having to bring them back to be worked on. You know,
Uh,
people
I don't know.
using the mixed
It was
tire
just
sizes and whatnot.
it came from a mechanic's experience. That when they probably at a dealership, they kept being brought back in to fix the all-wheel drive system.
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it did fine. Um, I really wish I could have driven the van. As far as me getting stuck, no, that was entirely user error. Like I would have been fine if I would have just stayed in the ruts. But I thought I was being clever because I didn't want to scrape the bottom of the car on the ice and snow. So I
Yeah.
decided to drive on top of the middle and on the bank on the right. And then eventually I like lost control and then just carved out the bank.
Ooh,
Yeah, the first night actually we slept in our cars because I got stuck on a road where nobody was really going through.
Yeah.
And then I had like the most predatory dream because in my dream I was like I mean like first off I'm scrunched up in the back of the car, right? In the back seats. Just my legs up over the back. And I'm just like trying to make something work to sleep that way. And in my dream, somebody had pulled my car out, set me back on the ruts, and I was ready to go. I'm like, oh, all right, hell yeah. All the snow was melted away. I'm like, yeah, man, all right. And I woke up and I'm like, well, fuck. Car's still kind of sideways and we're still all here. That's bullshit. But actually, somebody did end up coming down the road, pulled me out with a quad that had like tank tracks on it.
oh yeah,
Like that thing was sick. That was cool. The fact that he managed to pull me out of the ditch, that that's also pretty fucking amazing.
that is amazing. Those things are awesome. I want some of those.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
The, the guy was responsible for what was called grooming the road, and that's
Oh, yep, yep.
yeah for snowmobiles and shit. It even said no wheeled vehicles past this point. That's a trip seeing that, but uh, yeah. So user error led me to do something really stupid. I thought I was being clever, but in fact I was being retarded. I will never do that
Goofy.
again. Hey, but it only cost $25 to fix or to have the exhaust reattached when I ripped it off by going through there.
That's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I rolled in. The guy was just like, well, "Yeah, I'll help you out in 45 minutes." So I'm just like sitting there, like, "God damn, now I gotta blow $250 on this shit." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'll reattach it for $25." I
Nice.
rolled up, and he just like pushed it back up, welded it, and he's like, "All right, you're good to go." Oh, wow. Took like fucking 2 minutes. I even got back here in time to do the show, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, so you're just coming off of that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Holy
I
shit.
only had to drive one like 1.5 days with a fucked up exhaust.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't even rattle anymore, so he said it was probably already disconnecting and that's why it got ripped off. And that's what was causing my rattling issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and quiet now though.
Well, that is good to hear.
Yep. And I want to roll up to your house, Kang. You're not going to be able to hear me.
stealth mode.
Oh, hell no.
And I'm bringing Jimmy the Nugget, your freak show pal and founder. I'm going to throw him at your window. He likes it, don't worry.
Well, I think I've said all I need to say.
Yeah, same here. I think we managed to pad it out for over an hour.
I mean, yeah, we're about $1 in the show.
That's good. I mean, for 3 people, not bad, you know?
Yeah.
And although I feel like Riley usually does 4 issues. Why does he do 4 issues when there's 3 people?
I
Uh,
don't know.
What if we just didn't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had the guest go first, and well, I mean, it's barely an hour. Just doing 3 issues. I think it's a great idea just to see how he reacts.
All
Even
right,
though he's
cool.
probably gonna have a fucking fit over it, but I'm down for it.
All right, Theta Mae. Well, shill your shit. Where can we find you?
Really the only place, and I don't do anything on it anyway, is just on Blue Sky. It's just Theta Mae.
All right. Okay.
You can find me at linktr.ee/grimrealm. You know, the usual place.
And you can find me, Captain Blackbread, on my YouTube channel of the same name, Captain Blackbread, where you can also find the bigger Black Breadier cast. And a new episode is set to be recorded. It's not going to be anytime soon coming out. Got a few things I'm still taking care of, and then I got to get everybody together. We'll see how that goes. And of course, you can also find me here on the Issue Crew, where we will listen to your voicemails with the number that I'm going to find.
Do you have access to the voicemails, or is all that just a Riley thing?
That's all just a Riley thing. And he forgot to play. I don't remember if he remembered to play my voicemail that I left. I mean that someone else left
Yeah, somebody else. Yeah, of course.
through my
Yeah.
number. They stole my phone and left a voicemail. That number is 727-487-1137. You can also email us, the issue crew at gmail.com. Most importantly, you gotta get out there and vote using the link in the description. Well, it stuttered all the way through that. Vote using the link in the description.
Yes, specifically for clown hate because it is a real major issue.
Yeah, well, you could stuff 8 clowns inside of
A Volkswagen.
Yep, thanks. One of those things, yeah. But you
Mm-hmm.
can't stuff a tent back into its own bag. The real largest issue.
Well, I mean, I just think if we're gonna do anything, we gotta respect our freak shows and basically protest the removal of our freak shows.
And that was a good way to state what your issues were. Hell yeah. Riley, what do you think? Fuck yeah, right?
Yeah,
He loves it. He loves it. He doesn't know it. He loves it.
true. Facts.
All right.
Anyways, I've been
Let's-
Kang.
Well, I've been Captain Blackbread,
And I've been Theta Mae.
and this is the thing that we do every time and the way that we do it every time to end the show. Thank you guys
Absolutely.
for coming by. Thanks for listening.
Ta ta.
Do I